On this mission, we will learn how to perform a visual landing at Saipan International Air Base, with the Saab JAS-39C, Gripen, following the procedures provided by this mod's developers. The checklist includes the following sections: approach the airbase, final approach, taxi to ramp, shutdown, optional. The approximate mission time is 10 to 15 minutes, depending on whether you perform the shutdown procedure or not. The simulator is currently paused. Press spacebar to begin the mission. We have unpaused the simulation. Increase throttle to maintain a 400 knot cruise speed. Adjust trim, using your HOTAS or the right control plus dot or right control plus semicolon keys, until you attain stable and level flight. Press spacebar once you have your aircraft in steady flight. The navigation system on the Gripen is not yet fully simulated, so we will contact Saipan Air Traffic Control to obtain bearing information to locate the destination airbase. Press COM1 to contact ATC. Once contacted, ATC will answer with instructions to fly a certain heading, during a set amount of nautical miles. It will also tell you which landing runway has been assigned to us. Write down both the heading and the runway, as they are important for our approach. Select F5, ATC, F3, Saipan International, F1, inbound. Press spacebar once ATC answers our communication.
Springfield 1-1, inbound. Springfield 1-1, fly heading 335, port 50, QFE 29.70, runway 07, to pass altitude.
The ATC response tells you which heading you should fly in order to reach a valid approach point. Note that this is not a heading directly towards the base, but towards an approach point which will be located 10 nautical miles away from the runway. The assigned runway should be runway 07, so we will be landing on a heading of around 70 degrees, towards the east. That means the approach point will be to the west of the airbase. Now, turn the aircraft towards the heading given by the ATC. It should be around 335 degrees. Good, now begin a shallow descent, such that we will arrive to the approach point at an altitude of about 3,000 feet. Enable landing mode. This will display a horizontal line on the HUD that would give you a -3 degrees glide slope. Place the flight path marker on this line and you will be descending around 3,000 feet every 10 nautical miles. Press spacebar once the landing horizontal line is shown.
Dot 2, passing waypoint 2 at 600.
You are now under the clouds cover. Up ahead you should be able to see 3 islands. Aguijan to the left, Tinian up front and Saipan to the right. Since we are at peacetime, let's adjust our lights so other air traffic can see us better. Anti-collision light. Turn on. Navigation lights. Set to bright, as it is still daytime. Formation lights. As desired. Press spacebar to continue. Floodlights. Set as desired. Press spacebar to continue. Main lights. Set to land. They will illuminate as soon as you deploy the landing gear.
Dot 2, passing waypoint 3 at 1000.
You are almost over Tinian. Adjust your heading, pointing towards the abandoned airbase at the north of the island. Adjust your descent rate so that you arrive at that point at 3,000 feet above sea level. Reduce speed to 300 knots. One. Flight instruments. Check heading, altitude and speed. 2. APU, check that its switch is on. It will auto-activate at touchdown. 3. Landing gear lever. Extend once you are under 300 knots. 4. Landing lights. Confirm they are at land position.
1, airborne.
5. Landing mode. Confirm it is enabled. NL should be displayed at the top left of the HUD and the glide slope line should be visible. 6. Flaps. They are automatic and don't need to be manipulated. When you hear ATC messaging you with contact tower, press COM1 and select F1. Request landing. This will command the airbase to turn on the runway lights.
1, airborne.
Our destination airbase is to our right. Turn towards it and begin final approach.
Enfield, airborne. Springfield 1, cleared for visual, contact tower. Springfield 1, request landing. Springfield 1, cleared to land, runway 07, wind 257, at 2 meters per second.
You are now on final approach. Maneuver to align with runway 07. Use the landing symbology, positioning the dot on the desired touchdown spot and then follow the glide slope, placing the FPM at the same point. Don't let the speed go below 170 knots.
Colt 1, airborne.
Touchdown. Once your speed is below 40 knots, exit on the next available street, to the left.
1, airborne.
This is Street D, proceed north towards runway 24.
Uzi 1, passing waypoint 2 at 7,000.
Set the main lights to their taxi position. This is runway 24, proceed west, towards the ramp.
4, 1, airborne.
On the upcoming Street C, turn right to enter the ramp zone. You are now at the ramp. Taxi towards your spot on the flight line, following the route shown on the diagram.
Passing waypoint 2 at 7,000.
You are at the correct parking position, apply wheel brakes to stop. 1. Seat. Set to safe, by clicking on it.
4, 1, passing waypoint 2 at
APU
600.
check that it is running, its green light is illuminated. 3. Throttle. Place at its stop position, full back. 4. Navigation lights. Set to off. 5. Anti-collision light. Set to off. 6. Formation lights. Set to off. 7. Landing lights. Set to off. 8. Auxiliary power unit. Set to off. 9.
4, 1,
Fuel cup.
passing waypoint
First,
3
lift
at
its cover,
900.
by clicking on the cover's hinge. 10. Main power. Wait until the RPM gauge shows 0%. If necessary, click the highlighted MFD button, to display the engine page. Now, wait a further 10 seconds and then set the power switch to off. 11. Canopy. Click on its lever, to open it. 12. Parking brake. Enable, its handle should be pushed in. Finally, press the communication key and select F8. Ground crew. F4. Wheel chocks and ladder. F1. Place wheel chocks and ladder. After a few seconds, the crew will comply and attach the ladder to your right.
Copy. Wheel chocks are now in place.
Congratulations, you have managed to perform a visual approach, landing, taxi to ramp and shutdown. You have successfully finished this training mission. Press spacebar to exit.